Cancel. Pixel art. Folders. Sorry to everybody currently watching. I'm just sending out a bunch of links. I'll get started in a few minutes. And Discord. Okay. Oh, and yeah, okay. So, it's been a while since I streamed last because life keeps getting in the way, and I haven't been doing that much pixel art work, which I was super willing to share. A lot of this sort of flooded water area. This was a lot of just experimentation, which wasn't very fun for me, so it probably wouldn't have been fun to watch. Regardless, though, I'm back, and I think the goal of this stream is to, first of all, convert this. This is supposed to be like an academy, and the goal for this stream is going to be to convert it to have texture more akin to this stuff. So, like old weathered timber. And I might also do a bit more work on the ship. I'm thinking of getting some coffee though, and then we'll get started for real. Getting coffee. Back in 30s. Back in 1 minute. Oh, a beach episode? Hello! Yeah, sorry. I'm just getting coffee now. I'll be back in 1 minute.
Please don't leave. Oh.
Alright, coffee's brewing. Oh, and yeah, another thing. If somebody has good ideas on how, hold on, like what to add to this beach to make it more of like a beach, by all means tell me, because I don't have a lot of ideas. Because it's supposed to be like sort of an empty, sort of desolate beach, and all I have are like shells and old boats. I also need to put like waves crashing on these rocks. But I can do that later, that's fine. This is my main priority right now. Getting this looking good. So, we go here. It's a bit much. Yeah, this is better. Because, like, here's the thing, though. I do kind of like that sort of cobbled texture, but I haven't found, I think, a single place where I've been able to use it where it doesn't just seem weird. Because it's kind of like that sort of extra light sparkle here, or like lighting, it makes it seem sort of wet, which doesn't really work anywhere. What if I did this? Does this fix it? No, see, now it just looks washed out and flat. Whoever invented lighting, I have choice words to share with them. Alright, my coffee's ready. Alright then. Let's get started. First, let's make sure, if we go into my old overworld tiles, this one. Yeah, okay, so I have this old one backed up. That's fine, so it's okay if I lose this. Let's begin by just carefully, gracefully converting all of this to pink so that we have sort of a space to work off of. And I think for the roof, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add like a beam to the top of it. So it'll cross from this angle, from this side all the way over. That way we have a clear separation from the roof, and it also means I don't have to redraw the outlines here, which sounds like a really, really easy thing to do. And it probably would be, but screw it. There we go. Let's use a bigger brush. I should, for the next sort of pixel stream, I should really think about getting myself some cozy background music to be playing. Alright, let's just quickly get a few of these. There we go. And now we can fill these in a bit faster. Should I try to save the windows? Nah, they wouldn't look good against oh well. Nah, I don't think they would look that good against it. There. And let's mirror this properly. And erase that. So the door I'm going to keep for a little bit because I'm gonna change it. I'm not gonna have like a stone door when this is a tree house or a wooden house, timber house. But I want to use this old door as sort of a base to work off of. move this up a bit. There we go. And I suppose I'll have to do the same here. Ugh. Better to preserve those. Because the thing is, I quite like the texture to this. It sort of seems like the top lining of a roof made from some cut stone. But I just can't make it look like it doesn't. It looks good, I think, but it doesn't fit what the environment is supposed to be anymore. So it's gotta go. And am I gonna keep this? Sure. Let's do that. But let's allow it to go over the window. That's fine. It makes it look lived in, if anything. Alright, now here comes the fun part. Just have to convert all of this very carefully now. And there we go. Just move this stuff around. There. Nope. There we go. So, fun fact about this bridge, it is stolen, gasp, the design from, I believe it is a real bridge. I believe it is either that bridge in Boston, which I copied, or that bridge in Oxford, which From Software stole when they did Bloodborne. I'm pretty sure this is the Boston one though, because it doesn't have the angle. It doesn't have the elevated Gothic windows. Though it used to. I've changed it somewhat since. Because now it's like a bigger component of a larger structure. Whereas, let's see if I still have it somewhere. Yeah, here it is. This is what it used to look like. And it was never going to enter the game looking like this. You can see like this is really weird, really flat sort of roof tile lighting. But it was like just this is placeholder art until I figured out something to do with it. And this is what I figured to do with it. Awooga? I don't think it's that beautiful, but thank you. Thank you. I really hope there's not like a real pixel artist ever watching me in these streams, because they'd probably get a seizure just watching me use basic Microsoft Paint drawing technique in the year of our Lord 2022. I had to look at the calendar, but I should have known it intuitively. There we go. And there we go. Now I can just, if I can get this raw texture I saved it here. And we just copy all of this. Let's drag this from the top. This is fine. Here, no, like this. Down and here. Okay, this is fine. Let's start up here. Here and no. Okay, so this really needs to be this, and it should be about, yeah, this is okay. And then this was, yeah, it's here, 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 and this was this one. All right, so that's sort of is beginning to take good shape, fixing itself. And let's see. We'll do this. And I imagine I'm going to be moving up like the indentations for the tiles once I've placed all of this. Okay, because like right now this is very sort of choppy, copy and pasty. But I think it's an okay sort of base to work off of. These streams just wouldn't be the same if I didn't have my coffee. All right then. Now, is this a good coloring for the? Yes. This is a fine coloring for the roof. So now let's make this the outline. Yeah, is this fine? It's fine, whatever. I have to drag this line up, and I should probably make, now that this is just one singular piece, I'm gonna make it double thick, and then I'm going to change the lighting protocols I'm using on it. So it looks like this. It also changed the door, which is really bad because this is going to dim this. It's going to look so ugly now when there we go. When I want to work off of it as a base. Okay, so this likewise needs to change into this. And now I can start to shade this. So let's just do a very basic like this, and we're imagining, so I accidentally did something when I began making this game, and it's really informed the illustration style I've used throughout the whole process, which is that I've made every single drawing from the baseline thinking that this is the lighting source. Like a big sun right here, and it shines down on everything from this angle, and this is why this side is always a bit darker than this side. And I shouldn't have done this because it really, if you look at this is a bad example of it. I don't think I have any tiles in that style here, so poo-poo on me not being able to give you a showcase of this. But if you look at like A Link to the Past, it's always lit front on, with the backside being more shadows and the front being better lit. That number one, I think it's just a bit more welcoming because it's like the lighting is coming from the same angle as the player, but it also is really good for collisions, because when the player is walking to the back of something, like if they're walking to the back of like a mountain, pretend this is a mountain for a second. If they're walking to the back of it, you want that to be in a different lighting scheme than the front to be able to sort of visually distinguish depth. And I've used that coloring scheme for world collision objects. So like when you're walking past mountains or like rocks or whatever, it does follow the front lighting scheme and versus the back shading, but on all houses and stuff it doesn't. So I'm really banking on nitpicky people not picking up my game. They're not welcome. Anyways, this is also a mistake. I should not allow this to enter. So there's a big problem when I'm allowing lines as thin as the one that were there into the game. I think I also need to move this, and I need to move this one a bit too. Now it should be fine. Drag this down, drag this up. Yeah, this should be fine. I'll just add a bit of texturing. As a nitpicker, I feel personally attacked. Well, but isn't it good though? Because now you know not to pick up my game. Imagine how terrible it would be to buy it and then be like, oh no, this is terrible. I hate how the drag object doesn't just let you click normally. It always, like, you have to drag for it to materialize, and sometimes you just want like one piece moving. Okay, so move this a bit up and this a bit down. Okay, there we go. This I can fix much simpler. And this I'll just flip to give it a bit more texture. Now I need to try and make this look presentable. This is fine. I'll erase this. There we go. Ah, isn't this good? It's very hard to explain to people who like don't draw at all. This is such a comforting, like, your mind just begins to zone out sort of experience. All right, let's move this. So I hope that the commentary I'm doing over this isn't too mellow, wouldn't want you falling asleep. Though, I hear a lot of people use my videos to fall asleep to, which sounds crazy to me, because usually I feel like I'm such a zippy guy. I'm like, whoa, look at this crazy mechanic. But, you know, it's nice. It's nice to hear. Definitely changed up how I approach editing, because I'm a lot more reticent about including loud noises than I used to be. It's a real shame, because what's funnier than a loud noise? Okay, so this doesn't look as well integrated, but that'll change once I add a bit more texture to the ground. Ah! Sorry about that, I'm drinking coffee. Chill streams are the best, in my opinion. Well, I hope this is a good one then. Good evening. Good evening to you, Kokori now. Yeah, I read that right. Alright, so this is currently a brick texture, but I think I can probably... Okay, see, this is what I was talking about earlier, just while I'm here. This is like, here it is. This is a good one. This is like a little mountainous sort of elevation changing texture you'll find in the game. And the backside is much darker than the front to visually distinguish what depth looks like and give it a sort of 3D pop effect. But here's a house, and this part, like, this doesn't follow the same lighting model. So this house is going to be on this hill, and it's going to look really weird if you pay too much attention to it. Hopefully, nobody does. And if anybody does do that, we'll ignore them when they come for me on Twitter. Let's see what I can do with this. Okay. This does not look good, so let's try again with a bit, just a little darker. By which I mean a lot darker. This is the darkest brown I have in the game. No, this isn't quite dark enough. Let's use these two. Okay, I think lighting-wise this looks fine, but it doesn't quite have a timbery enough texture to it, which is a bit of a problem, but let's see if I can't just... This works fine in timber because it's just like a carving, but let's see if I can maybe do like... Does this look timbery? Okay, I have another idea for how I can solve this. First of all, this line needs to be changed. So now it looks like this. Same here. Up and down. Okay, this looks better. But again, I haven't fixed the texture, and I also feel like now this looks more like a pillar than it does the side of like a support or like a beam that lies on the ground. I do like this though, the little corner here, how it sort of rounds out. I think that's exactly the effect I was going for. This, however, is still a problem. But I have another idea now. Let's find, because I have a lot of carved wood textures around. Like here. Not this one though. I'm just trying to find one which has... Not well, let's use this as a base. This is fine. I don't want to move any of the texture dimensions around because that's just extra busy work. So let's recreate this. Okay, a big problem I'm seeing right away is this line here that separates it, because it makes it too angular, where it needs to be just lighting. I need to accomplish the effect just with lighting. Then I do it like this, and the darker browns, oh, it's just this one, dang. Okay. Yeah, this is what I'm looking for more so. So let's just drag this over. Place it throughout the whole thing. Again, it's gonna look pretty archaic because it's just the same like basic layout repeated numerous times over, but that's okay. I'm trying to get the feel for a wooden texture before I fix those. Let's see this. It still looks very angular, but it's getting there. I think what I need to do is the shading on the bottom. Specifically, I'll do something like this. And then like no light colors in a certain vicinity to this. Like this is probably fine. Yeah, this is good. And there we go. Also, before I forget, I'm going to remove this piece to again make it a bit more wooden looking. And I have to remove this too and make this. And can I remove this without? No, I can't do that. That just looks weird. It has to. I have to mimic this effect with lighting. So let's change this up a bit. There we go. Actually, this is supposed to be a bit higher up. Oh, and I should. This was a complete accident, this little piece here, but I should do that because it sort of beefs up the circular sort of texture to it. This is beginning to look better. Let's maybe clean this up a bit. It's too much. Too much. Yeah, now it looks a bit more sort of what I want it to be. And this is really black at the bottom, so it just kind of looks weird maybe. But that's because this is water damage, and it's supposed to be looked at like this. So you have something like this, where there's constantly water running on the bottom of it, which sort of it fixes up the look and makes it look the way it's supposed to. Sad news. This is the final sip of my coffee I'll have. Dang. Now I'm the man without any coffee. But yeah, because this building isn't actually submerged in water like all the other ones are, it isn't going to have this effect of being water rotted. But it's still going to have to take on the appearance of really aged and unmaintained wood. I'm thinking of doing that with maybe just actually the house being broken at points. But I will see. I'm also noticing a distinct lack of lanterns hanging on this. And that's really annoying me, so let's just plop these down. I don't know if this effect looks quite right, but the idea is that there's a really strong wind going to the right, so they spend way more time there. When I do the polishing stage, I'll have to probably change up the way the water on the street works to more mimic that. Also, I don't think this is a very good water effect, but I'll see it when I do more testing here. Also think I might do like a bit of a reflection here at the bottom of this pole. Same with this pole and like staircase, like and the beginning of the houses to sort of make it more realistic. And also, this is something I'd like feedback on. The idea is that it's like the wind is sporadically moving the windmill, and maybe this is something that works better with a sound effect going along with it, but it's supposed to be like creaking and really on its last leg. This is supposed to be a sort of a windmill in complete disrepair. So it's supposed to be like, oh, it's moving, but it keeps stopping. To me, though, it just looks like it's really jank, like it just looks choppy. It just looks like I didn't animate it properly. So I don't know if the effect I was going for is actually coming through. Maybe that's something I can fix with just adding sounds to this. So if the player is like close enough that they can see it, the sound will start playing and it'll be like ee 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 ee. Whenever it moves, it'll make just like a really low sort of squeak. Not too high pitched though, because I don't want anybody blowing their brains out playing my game. You may think I do, based on some of the design decisions I've allowed to come into the game, but I really don't. I want people to finish the game. Let's also, while I'm here, let's create a bit more for this. And now it doesn't look like wood. Now it just looks like I drew on it. I think actually I can make this work. Having like an unbroken or mostly unbroken line here at the top. There we go. I think it just looks kind of dumb now. Because this isn't a really good sort of lighter version of this color. So let's just pull all of that back. And move back a bit more darkness here at the top. And at the bottom. It looks kind of wooden. It's sort of getting there. Yeah, this is the way to do it, I think. Just like little sort of chunky blocks protruding downwards, which give the timber a sort of bulky texture here. And then I'll just do like a little bit of cleanup here and there. Should I also do it here? Yes, I think so. Alright then. This is beginning to take shape. This can't really look like this anymore. So I have to be very careful here. Oops. About this. No, it doesn't look right. Dang it. But, you know, maybe just with little touches like this, it can come together. Pixel art, as you will find, is just a lot of weird experimentation with texture and like wishing upon a star that things come out looking presentable. Not good, but presentable. Put it here. It's almost there. I just need to add a bit more sort of texture to this. No, this was not good enough. I cannot have it looking like this. I need to have it looking... this kind of needs to... yeah. No. Yeah, this looks better. Yeah, this is the way to go. It's also like that, just a lot of really little nitpicky moments. Okay, this is looking okay now. What if I make this lighter? Does that fix it? Ooh, it actually does. Alright. Copy this over here. There we go. And we'll reverse the lighting on this side, so it'll reflect the terrible stylistic choice I made to have lighting coming down from the left to the right. This is yeah, this is fine. This, however, not so much. No, not like that. And the thing is, like, the next time I'd make a game, this is something I'd definitely fix, but I'm in too deep with way too many assets that already have this lighting profile. I can't spend 2 months just fixing all of my images. I mean, I could, but I'm not going to. That's a waste of time. Alright, this is... let's drag it here, here, and there. Okay, this is a bit better. It may also help if I add like this. If this stuff is protruding downwards a little bit. That's one idea. But some sort of transition here, which is not just a straight line, would definitely help this look better. Maybe I should even just have like plant growth coming in between, so it's like this is sort of a basic idea. That might also give it that sort of house in disrepair look to it. If I do, I should figure out what I'm going to make the plants, because this area isn't by any means necessary, by any means complete. Like, this is a really boring sort of, oh, you walk up and then boom, it's just here. I'm trying to make add more dynamic elements to this, because when you first enter this level, all of this stuff is going to be underwater. It's going to be flooded with maybe just rooftops. And all of this is also going to be flooded. So you have to first enter this, and then when you get out, this will have opened up, and then you can do that. And then when you come back, this will have opened up. So it's sort of just the level progression layout is sort of organized around what you can and can't access by the sea line. And this is something I may need to fix, because to me, the way it sort of hits the cliffs, it just looks kind of weird. Maybe I need just a big sort of wave splash effect to come off here, and that'll fix it. But yeah, back on this. Let's move these tiles up now. No, not tiles. Let's move this texture up. So it looks like this. Don't erase my texture, man. And take this texture likewise. And move it up here. And then this should just be like, take this, move it up. Ew. Yeah, this is fun. Now I just need to, first of all, repeat this. Close this down, and sort of just create a smooth transition over. No. Yeah, this is fine. Copy it, move that over too, and do it like this. Yeah, this is fine, but I need to more smooth of a transition here. Yes. So like this. Because like this needs to have a bit of a different lighting because it's obfuscated by this wall. Like this tower here, it closes in on this, darkening it up a little bit. There we go. It's a bit much. That's fine. Probably. Hopefully. Okay, now we need to fix this door. It really sucks having to recreate it with timber. Let's see. I'm going to keep this tree up here effect that I got going on for it. Doesn't look terrible like this, but it doesn't look like timber, so... That doesn't quite look like timber either. Well, it's fine. It's fine. Just leave it. Just like little tiny changes here and there to make the textures look different from each other. It's really all you need for this. And there. Yeah, that's okay. And for the top, I'm thinking maybe it needs to be just, I need to move the whole of the textures up one. So it comes up looking, comes out, I should say, looking like this. And I need to have one or two of these. So again, it looks like it has sort of a texture which is breaking up the way the lighting is traveling through the piece. And just like one here, and there. That kind of looks timber-ish. I'll add like a few of these little lighting streaks. To just break it up a little bit. It also makes it look a bit more sort of rotten, I feel. Which is fine for the effect we're trying to go for here. Yeah, this is fine. And like color one or a few of these just like that too, so it has a bit of a feel. Alright, so this is beginning to look nice. There's no windows on it. But what is sorely missing from it is a... I'm not liking these pillars I have on the sides. I feel like they're way too golden for it. When... just readjusting in the chair. Sorry for the creaking. When they really should have a darker feel to them. So let's just copy... Not this. Can we copy this without it looking weird? What do you think? Is this better? I feel like it definitely gives it a better sort of shape, but I wonder if I can accomplish the same sort of separation effect by just adding windows to it in different elevation. Yeah, I should change these up, make them darker. Yeah, already that's an improvement, I feel. As for the outline on the roof, um, I don't know. I feel like this is an okay color I'm using on the roof. It definitely separates it pretty nicely. Yeah, this is fine. Yeah. Did notice though that this one didn't save. So let's fix that. There we go. There we go. Now, we need to figure out what sort of windows we want for this. I'm thinking, because I'm just looking at them here, I'll just have these sorts of... Sorry, we'll have these sorts of arched windows. So let's take one of these. Let's relight it in this color scheme. Here and here. So it'll just be looking kind of like this. Yeah, I think this is fine. Now we need to sharpen up the grid so that I can actually see what I'm doing with it, even though it does look pretty ugly. Yeah, first thing I should do is widen it, just so that I can drop it in and have a consistent distance from the line to each of these. There we go. They're a bit too far down. Also a bit big. We'll solve that like this. And this. Is this better? Yeah, this is gonna look way better. So, 2, 2, 2, and 2. Again, I'm not loving it. I think these windows maybe work better just on the upper floors. Because the moment I plop them down here, they look like they're tailor-made to just sneak through. I don't know. They definitely don't feel like they belong that low on the house. But I also don't know if I can create windows which look right in, like, on a building like this. Let's see. Let's drop it like this, so we have a consistent separation to all of this. 2 and 1 and 1. Not quite. It should look like this probably. Yeah, this is fine. I wonder if maybe I should look at putting these into the darker color scheme though, so that they pop a bit more against the background. Well, no, not like that, because now they just sort of blend more in. But with the sharper lighting and the darker colors, nah, looks goofy. I don't know. I'm not loving these windows. What does a school window look like? Who could possibly know that? Somebody who went to school, probably. This is a good baseline for elevation I've got going on over here. If it looks like this. But again, it looks weird. One thing I'll do though, before ending the stream, is add a bit of a darker lighting or shading to the top here, so that looks a bit more presentable. It's amazing what you can do with visuals once you add a bit of lighting to them. You can really bring the whole thing to life. And then, if I was going to be professional about this, I'd probably not have stuck to like it'll be a 3 pixel shading. I'd have like maybe some places have 4, some places have 2 to break it up a little bit, so that it looks, again, a bit sort of bumpy. It gives it that sort of roughness. But I'm being lazy tonight, so bear with me while I select all of these. Pray nobody who's a professional pixel artist is watching this, tearing their hair out at how primitive my doodling technique is. There we go. Nah, not good enough. It should have these 2 colors. Yeah, this is better. See what I mean though about I probably should have selected different lengths for it in places. Whatever, this looks fine. It looks fine for now. I can fix it later. There we go. Okay, so, oops. Here we are, we're the player, la 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 la. Move in, you walk up here. You see this big donut looking building, and you walk. This should be on a higher elevation. I need to move that around. So let's do that real quick. Like so. La 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 la. Hello, you talk to her. You can talk to this guy with a mustache. You walk up here. Maybe I'm overthinking the windows. Maybe this looks fine. Definitely, I think it's okay because it sort of fits the design of the doorway. And I'm liking the doorway probably the best out of everything I did here. I think these little yellower streaks really give it a sort of pop. I do need to fix the wall textures themselves so that they're not just copy pasted as clearly as they are. Is this Escape from Tarkov? Dang it! I thought I had gotten away from you. I thought you'd missed this one. But no, this is not Escape from Tarkov, unfortunately. Okay, so let's see what happens with the windows. If I just copy the distances. And again, there's some pixel artist in the comments right now. I can just sense it. Screaming, Acer, how can you call yourself a graphics designer or whatever and use these primitive tools? I don't call myself a graphics designer. That's how I can do it. Plop this in the middle, and then this follows the distance I established there. So this. Same here, so that's, oops, like this, right? Yeah, 2. And then this is also 2 in the distance. Ah! I felt something was wrong. This needs to be a bit further away. Right? Yeah, this is too far away. That's the issue. So, dang it. Now I need to... Where was this? It's here. So like this. There we go. Okay. On this side, it's same. Oh, I also let these two go too far away. Dang it. It's fine. I'll just move them manually. Even though it's going to take a bit of a time to fix, I can't be bothered with undoing all this work. There we go. This comes down 1, this comes down the side to the 1, and we move this 2. There we go. Oops. Yeah, this is okay. Right, this is okay. I'm probably just overthinking the window thing. Fortunately. Then I can pull a little sneaky. Whoops. Let's just do these two. There's probably a place I can fit them already. There. Oh, whoops! I didn't calculate here. This beam thingy isn't here. Otherwise, this would have to be further away from each other. But I can thin it up a little bit. Maybe by 2. Or, if we want to be lazy, could just like do this. Let's get the original coloring back. Yeah, let's be lazy, everyone. And yeah, this is better. So what? It's like 2. It's by this one and there we go. Trust me, I'm a professional. I know that this is probably not the fastest way of doing things. One thing I am noticing though is that the lighting here changes when I rotate this, so it seems like I have more than one coloring in circulation right now, but I'll fix that when the time comes. What are these? These are the softer browns, softer, lighter ones. Same ones everywhere? Yeah, okay, so I just copied one which I had accidentally changed without fully reverting it. Let's just tile these over all these. Save myself some time. Alright. So now that I look at it, probably they should be a bit further away from the wall, like here. Yeah, I should move these a bit. But this is a good sort of setup for this. Yeah, they're way too close to the edge there. They need to be they need to start maybe here. Uh-huh. So yeah, I just did a lot of work. We're just gonna have to just real quick, just gonna remove all of that and start over. Now let's see. Yeah, this is much better. So no. There we go. And Move this here. And do it all over again. Oh, what fun. That was a weird thing I just did. There, this looks much nicer. Much nicer. Now, we'll see if I have to drastically change up the elevation of the windows here. Not really. I think this is totally fine. Alright then, now we just copy and paste these windows. And I'll do the same to this one. And I can repeat the process much faster here. There we go. And yeah, this is maybe I'll move the windows on both sides a bit closer to each other. So this is like an unbroken line here. Each side would have to move, what is this, like 1, 2, 3, yeah, like a few pixels. But then again, like maybe I want to break this up with something happening in the middle of this. Like, you know, maybe I do here. Maybe I do like a big sort of sculpture that's situated right here, and it's like one of these dealies. Here's like a guy. Here's another guy. And then, this is a real sort of sneaky trick I'm on, like secrets of the trades right here. I don't have to actually move the textures around at all. Yeah, let's do that. Again, save me time. Yes, please. Let's have 2 lines. And then increase the size a little bit. Like this. Now I can just erase these windows. And this window. And on this thing, like I said, some sort of big plaque. So it's probably alright if I do another one of these to give it a real sort of thickness to it. This ends in a line, which is really annoying when you're trying to get like a really specific look to it. This also looks ugly, so let's fix this. Okay, we'll do it like this. Just uneven lighting so that it looks pretty okay. There we go. And then I should, because I have the symbols, here they are. Yeah, I'll use the cap. And I can put like some things that look like symbols here, and then people can read into them whatever they want. Next up, I alter the lighting scheme of this. And into like here. Add like a bit of weird lighting to this too. Then for this, add just some coloring. Again, weird lighting, that's fine. That's good in our book. Yeah, this is okay. And because we do have a weird lighting model going on, we'll make it darker on this side. And I think that's more or less what we want. Do some lighting here. Add some little spots to give it that sort of grainy wooden texture. Otherwise, I think this is pretty finished. I'll have to obviously fix up the textures on the wood so that it doesn't look copy-pasty. I'm saying this for the 10th time, but I do need to do that. I'll just do that in my own time. But yeah, I think this is this looks way more in line with the architecture of the surrounding town than it did previously. Also, take a look at my ocean. This took so much experimentation to get right. I have to make it look faster. I have to get it animating on a separate movement sheet. because currently it's running at, I believe, 4 frames a second. I need to get it moving at a faster rate than that. And I may need, because this is all just the same 8 frames dropped in different starting locations all over this, I need to maybe create an alternate version of this so that I have 2 sea tiles which blends perfectly together. That way I should be able to make it look pretty nice. And like I said earlier, maybe have like waves crashing tiles to better separate stuff like this. Or alternatively, I could maybe, I don't know, maybe just put like a boat here that's like half in the sea, half on the land, and then I just hide the transition piece, but I don't know how good that would look. And obviously I need to put more crap here on the beach. But yeah, this is okay. I think this came out looking pretty good. Alright then. Anyways, I've been streaming for about an hour and a half. So I'm going to be calling it quits right now. You all know what to do with these. Hopefully you'll remember I haven't streamed in a little bit. I'm kickstarting it up again now because I'm not going to be working on my game as much, and because work is hopefully not going to be as busy for the next month. But yeah, so like I think the Discord link should be in the description of this video if you want to join the post Discord chat. And yeah, hopefully I'll be able to do this again soon. I don't think I'll do it tomorrow, but I'll do it as soon as I can. I just realized I also need to add texture to this border here. Just real quick before I leave. Is it that simple? It is. Oh my god, yes. You love to see it. You love to see the universe give me a win. That's awesome. Anyways, yeah. So, take care everybody. Bye-bye.